You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
It's time for the Dragon Con Report, a podcast dedicated to help newcomers and veterans prepare for the upcoming annual convention in downtown Atlanta. With interviews, advice, and news from the pros and fans alike. Be careful, you never know. You might actually learn something.
Howdy, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of the 2023 Dragon Con Report. We continue our 12th season covering this con we love so much. I'm your host, Mike Gordon, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to the rest of our station crew, starting with Jen.
Hello.
Howdy. Was that one of your dogs I heard like right at the end of the theme? Because that was loud. Like
I don't know. I don't think so because I shut him out of the room. I can hear one of them snoring underneath the door right now.
maybe that's what it was. I think it was a dragon effect or something. But it was just this loud burp. But anyway, we also have Channing with us.
Hey, happy to be back.
Hey guys, so we're in. This is the third episode. We're at past the halfway point, right?
Yep, officially.
So I have to ask, like, how is the cosplay going?
I think I said this last year at this time, as well, but I'm seriously slacking. Like, moving into a house and remodeling. And building your own tiki bar inside of one of the rooms really puts the pause on sewing. Also having a pneumonia for a month and doing both business and personal taxes that puts a damper too. But like I don't know. I haven't found the motivation. I have one costume I can sew. I have the fabric for it. I have another possible idea, but nothing has got me all excited.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Just
means
make the tiki bar part of your cosplay.
Yeah, well, it is every year, quite frankly, with all the carpet outfits I've made by now. But what that all comes down to is come like July, probably like right in the middle of July. Then I'm going to get the spark of creativity. Then I'm going to be stressed out because I don't know how to finish everything, and all of a sudden I'm going to go from no costumes to 8. That's just the way it is.
Now, Channing, do you get like heavy into the cosplay?
Each year I've done a little bit more. Sometimes it's just more of a casual closet cosplay, but yeah, each year I've just kind of upped it some. So I've got a couple of things in mind for this year. We'll see what my wife will allow me to wear and to have.
That's right. This is the first time you're going to Dragon Con as a married man.
Right. Not quite sure what to expect. We'll see. I think it's gonna probably limit some of my cosplay options. I don't think she's gonna let me dress up as a Spartan from the movie The 300, which honestly, that's probably a good thing. But you know,
totally back that up, couldn't you?
Yeah. I've got my spray-on abs ready and everything.
Well, you can do what little kids, you know, the joke about little kids leaving the house wearing one thing. Just go out in a trench coat, or lots of layers. See you later. And then take it all off right around the corner.
Don't give me any ideas.
Well, very cool. We are glad to have you both with us. Of course, Director Faber is working behind the scenes, and of course, Darren is with us in spirit. So
always.
Last month, we took a look at all the host hotels, but there was one hotel that we've neglected to mention, and we're going to correct that error this month, which is the Drunken Dragon Hotel. So we're going to find out all about that a little bit later in the show. But first, some announcements. We are a proud member of the ESO Network. We have a TeePublic store filled with all kinds of cool stuff, including a very cool design for the Dragon Con Report podcast. There's a link for that in this episode's show notes and at the top of the ESO Network page. The ESO Network also has a Patreon page, and thank you, patrons, for all your support. We really do appreciate it. Welcome to all our viewers on Facebook and YouTube. Hello. Woo! The audio version of our show is still available in all the usual places. But in addition, you can watch us on YouTube and Facebook, either streaming live, like where we're on right now, or at some point later on. In addition, you can always access past episodes of the DragonConReport.com. However you access the show, please like and share. So subscribe. If you would like to leave feedback or comment on the show directly, feel free to email us at feedback@DragonConReport.com or reach out to us via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on all those social medias. Not some of the newer ones. We're still not doing the TikTok thing yet. So, but that's why we got Channing aboard this year. So he's going to handle the TikTok account.
That's all I got.
All right. The Dragon Con Report is an unofficial podcast of the con. We are not and never have been officially connected with Dragon Con. For all official news, we strongly recommend checking out the official site and the social media outlets. And with that said, let's get started with some news and notes. Of course, Dragon Con will return August 31st and September 4th of this year. Memberships are still available, and they went up in price. They went up in price since we last talked to you. March 18th was the price increase. They went from $155 to they went to $155. They were $135. The next price increase is June 16th, and they haven't said exactly what it's going to be, but it's probably going to be at least $20.
Yeah, the 15 to 20 range.
Yeah. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Don't wait. If you think you're going, go ahead and get it.
Absolutely. There's a $5 surcharge, and memberships are non-refundable and non-transferable. So just know that going in. There was some news. There's a lot of events that happened over the last couple of weeks, actually. The Dragon Con official folks had their first town hall, which is always fun. You guys check that out as well?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I try to always watch them.
Yeah, there's this and of course they had a volunteer meeting. The track directors met. I think a couple of the superheroes had a couple of superhero events happened over the last couple of weeks as well.
The halfway to con party happened.
Halfway to con party. Yep, exactly. The hair of is the hair of the dragon?
No, two different things.
Okay,
that's two different things.
Gotcha.
Now the halfway to con is when the folks all descend on the Hilton lobby.
Gotcha.
It's usually timed with that weekend's volunteer meeting. So Banhammer Chuck is there.
Chuck is an all-star.
Yeah.
Is that an official thing or is it unofficial?
It's unofficial. It's like I guess some Dragon Con newbies go, but it's a lot of longtime veterans meet up and like a lot of the locals, but also there's quite a few people from out of state who come in for it. I mean, Chuck drives in from Tennessee. I know it's not that far, but wow. I think he comes from Tennessee. Yeah. So. Well,
there's a lot of folks that come in for the actual volunteer meeting. But for those people who can't attend in person, they do have it available at streaming, which is how I watched it. So if you just go to Dragon Con Volunteer Central, I think is the group on Facebook, you can check out the volunteer. And they are looking for volunteers. Almost every department needs volunteers, not just the track rooms. It's amazing to me watching the volunteer meetings, like all the different departments that come up and ask like what they say what they do and what kind of people they need and all that kind of thing. And it's just amazing. It just keeps going and going and going. And they haven't even gotten to the tracks yet. It's like there's like 15 or 20 groups inside of Dragon Con just to make it work from the inside that you never see probably.
Yeah, I saw something today. They're looking for volunteers for the Dragon Con store. So the one at the Marriott, the one at the Sheraton. So yeah, they need them for every little thing. Yeah,
and that and they have a lot of perks if you are volunteer. So they definitely take care of their volunteers. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody talk about having a bad experience as a volunteer, really. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, the Dragon Con Superheroes held a couple of events for charity, local charities here around the Atlanta area. There will be a charity run on April 30th. You can find out more details about that on their Dragon Con site as well. They talked a lot about the charity. Of course, Cure Childhood Cancer is the charity. They last year for, I think it was Open Hand, right? That the charity, they raised over $200,000. They raised a little over $100,000, and then Dragon Con matched that, so it made it over $200,000. And this year, Dragon Con has said that they are committed to matching up to $125,000. So that is that's pretty awesome that they are committing even to do more charity work and to raise more money for charity. I think that's pretty cool. There was a couple of logistic things. Looks like the Westin Overlook is going to be one of the places to be this year at Dragon Con. They're moving authors from the Marriott, I think that's where they were, to the Overlook off the Westin. I think it's just because the authors want to be closer to the Westin bar.
I was going to say it's convenient since they meet up there to drink.
That's the one that spins, right?
No.
After a while, it does. Yes, Jim.
Yeah.
No, I actually thought that announcement was really cool because they said they were, there would be events happening at the Overlook, at least during the daytime, quite often, where you could have a dedicated spot to go meet the author, get signings and all that. And I'm sure that's going to be a little bit easier to navigate than trying to find them in the basement of the Marriott.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They are, they're going to have the Dragon Award nominees have signings there as well. And I do believe that there will be overnight gaming in the Overlook area as well. Because the regular building 3 of the gaming area will be closing at 2 a.m. and reopen at 7 a.m. I don't know. That sounds like something they did last year too. But but yeah, the Overlook's going to be the place to be. Now, all that room for authors and whatnot, it comes at a cost. There's not going to be a band concourse in the Westin anymore. In fact, there's only going to be one band concourse, and that's in the Hyatt outside of the art show.
Which means that area is going to be even more packed.
Right. From noon to midnight. So for 12 hours, there will be bands playing. I think they said they're still going to try to get as many bands as they have played during the day, only they're just going to be in one spot. Well,
and I did notice that last year, split between the two stages, each band was paying twice the amount of shows because they would play a show at one stage, then a few hours later be at the other stage.
Oh yeah,
so we can have a mosh pit right outside the art show.
No, or just a bunch of new wave dancing. At least that's what was us last year watching Vision Video. All of a sudden, it was like we were at a Cure concert.
The only other thing I saw at the town hall was they've got like tons of swag. Still, the store's hopping. You got to jump on a lot of that merchandise because once it's gone, it's gone. And I got a Dragon Con hoodie out of it because they actually had some of my size, which I was.
That was a different one that was available on site.
Yeah.
Last year, so that was the merchandise they created in the off season because most of the things started selling out the morning of the second day. And then by Sunday, it's supposed to Sunday, the Sheridan store shut down early because they were.
Yeah, I heard
they were out.
Goodness gracious!
People care about their Dragon Con.
Hey, I went and got my stuff when all my friends were picking up their badges on Thursday morning. I went and stood in the line at the Sheridan store.
Wow!
And still had to wait, I think, an hour in line. And they had two spots open. So yeah, everyone had the same idea. But hey, I'm glad I did because things I wanted would have been sold out had I waited.
Yeah. It's a nice problem to have. I guess,
Yeah.
that they sell out so quickly. That merch just goes so fast. So, and I was really nice to see, because some of the things that I've tried to get there, they say that they're my size, but they're not really. So, and that's unfortunate. But the hoodie was pretty nice. So
Wait,
I got it just in time for the summer, so I don't need it. I don't need to wear it for 4 and 5, 6 months.
do you ask them to hold up the clothes when you're
No.
that's what a lot of gals do. We ask them to hold it up. They're in person. Oh, it's a medium, hold it up. And then you can be like, nah, that's not a real medium.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that option in the store. I didn't see that option on the online store.
Oh, yeah, not online. No, I meant in person.
In person.
Yeah.
Sure.
Trust but verify.
Yep. So now, as far as the volunteer meeting goes, again, they were really like just putting a call out there for needing all volunteers. They did mention the attendance, of course, 60,000 ish. They're always kind of vague about exact numbers, but 60,000
plus.
Exactly, attendees last year. They say that they're going to increase it modestly this year. They do not want to go. They said they do not want to go beyond 2019 numbers.
Okay, 2019 was insane though.
It was.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to get there modestly. They said they have a number in mind, but they are not making that public.
Same as last. It's the same as last year.
Yeah, same as every year, right?
Yeah.
Now, one of the perks of being a volunteer is that I think last year they had a volunteer village in the Marriott on the 10th floor, and supposedly that went so well for volunteers to just go and chill out and hang out for a while. That they're opening a second one this year, and that's going to be
I think they did that last year, actually.
Well, they said it was new, so
I could have sworn they debuted the Westin one last year, because the Marriott one has now been there for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If it's not longer, it could actually be longer. Yeah, but I could have sworn because I seem to remember us announcing the Westin last year as a volunteer affiliate.
Now that you mention that, it does sound kind of familiar.
Sarah's saying it was indeed there last year. So
gotcha.
I'm not losing my mind.
Well, I don't know. They're acting like it's a new thing. So anyway, maybe it's bigger or something. I don't know.
Or maybe it's in a different location at the Westin.
Yeah,
that it was.
Maybe it's part of the Overlook as well. How big is the Overlook at the Westin? There's a lot of things happening.
But you talk about volunteering. That's actually a really good perk. Just having a spot where you can go and kind of decompress, and get away from some of that. Because, like you say, most of the experiences are good, but every now and then you just kind of need to step away and get a break.
And it's also almost like a little volunteer con suite, because they have some snacks, they have some refreshments, there's quiet corners and seating. Well, I guess the con suite doesn't have quiet corners and seating, but there's food and drinks.
Well, they did say, too, that at certain times they are going to make it available for a volunteer to bring a guest who's a non-volunteer. But they did say that,
that's new.
With the condition that person will probably be heavily trying to be recruited during that time that they are there.
They want you to join the cult.
They try, exactly.
We're going to get you with donuts.
Just one more Dragon Con cult.
It's Dragon Con's is their version of a timeshare pitch.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. I thought of the same thing, Channing. That's so funny. So now, in addition to volunteers, they also made an announcement. Rachel also made an announcement I thought was pretty interesting, because they don't do this very often, but they are actually looking for a full-time employee. They are looking for a communications, marketing, branding guru person. I don't know what they're going to call them exactly, but they're looking for somebody of that ilk. So if you are interested, check out. Actually, I think they said just go check out the office. They'll have more information about that.
It was also the job listing is also on the Dragon Con website, because I went and read the I went to read the specifications needed for the position, and it was above my capabilities.
But they do not have very many paid positions at Dragon, full-time paid positions at Dragon.
Nor do they have many openings.
Yes.
for those positions.
Usually those positions are people that have been there for like 2-3 decades, and they're not
giving that up. Yeah,
exactly. So it is very rare. What else? I think. Something else. They decided to discontinue the film festival. They
not postpone.
Not postponed.
Just
discontinue. Yeah.
Oh.
So they still have the film track, but they, as Sarah points out, they're still doing the film track, but the film festival will be discontinued. And it sounds like they said they made the decision that post pandemic, they're just not doing it. So I to be honest with you, I don't think I ever took part in the film festival, like watching it or whatever. So I don't know how vital that is or how many people really invested in that.
Well, I know a lot of people who go to the screenings, not necessarily the film festival, but you know how they have in the schedule, there's the video room where it's one showing movies all day, one showing animation, what have you. I know plenty of people who've gone to those, but I don't know if any of that was ever part of the film track.
Yeah, I knew that some people, like friends of mine, wanted to enter the Dragon Con Film Festival, but I don't think they actually ever did. So, and then last but not least, the Dragon Awards. The nominations are right now, so you can go to the Dragon Awards site. The nominations will close July 19th, and then they'll, I guess, sort through the nominations, and then they'll issue out like who's nominated, and then you can vote after that.
It was once you're registered, they'll send you an email when it's time to vote, and you can cast your ballot.
Yep. So they have made some changes to the Dragon Con Awards. They've consolidated some awards and moved some things around, so it might look a little different for people this year. But it's still cool. I think it's still a great thing that they're doing there for that. I think that was a long time coming when they introduced that. So, so now that wait, let me ask you guys. Did you guys any other news that you guys have found or discovered on your travels over the last few weeks?
Now, I've been in Texas land, so no.
Texas and Texas.
Yeah.
Nothing new. A lot of the groups are getting active.
Yeah, Texas and Tiki. That's been my life for the past month or so.
That's actually not a bad combination if you stop and think about it. Very relaxing.
I use the Tiki to deal with the taxes.
Now, Channing, do you are you a factor in helping organize some of the shoots that go on at Dragon Con, and how early does that start?
Some of them are already planning now. They haven't opened up the unofficial schedule for shoot dates. So right now people are saying, hey, we do plan on having our shoot this year. Also, if you're interested in doing the Dragon Con parade, signups for that are open, and several of the individual groups are looking for people to march with them. So I know the Captain America group, the diversity group, they're already saying, hey, if you want to march with us, let us know, and so they can get you a badge. So it's a snowball effect. It's just starting to get rolling for some of them.
That's cool. All right. Yeah. So anybody wants to be involved in that, check out. And also the tracks themselves. I mean, they're it's not too early to ask about certain programming, especially if you want to participate. Participating on a panel, as we've mentioned many times before, does not get you a badge or automatically guest status or anything like that. But it is a way that you can partake in the con. So, and even if you don't want to be on the panel, suggesting panel ideas, almost every track director I know, I should say every track director I know, not almost every track director I know, loves getting feedback. So,
well apparently there's that one guy. Since you one guy.
I thought that one guy wasn't here anymore.
That guy.
There have been some track directors that have left and some movement there too. To be honest with you, I didn't recognize the names or anything like that, so I don't know what an impact that's going to have. But usually the con's pretty smooth running as far as that goes. So, but if you're curious about all of that, you can watch the volunteer meeting for yourself. Just go to Dragon Con. I think it's Volunteer Central and watch. I think Rachel's talking for a little bit over an hour on that one. So, and the town hall meeting is about 30 minutes. At least the part that I saw, it kind of just jumped right in there. So I don't know if they had some sort of technical glitch or what, but so those are all the news and notes. And of course, now it's time for guest announcements. So Jen and Channing, all right, like everybody get there. Everybody loves this so much. So get your drinks ready. Yeah, go.
Kurt Anderson is a professional musician and speaker. Magician and speaker. Darn it. He has performed across the country, around the world, and on worldwide television. His brand of performance is a fusion of magic, mental feats, and physical stunts that will leave you wondering what is real and what is magic.
Samantha Alva is an art director working in film and TV. Recent credits include Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Spider-Man No Way Home, Our Flag Means Death, and Westworld.
Darren M. Bush is an award-winning science fiction and fantasy short story author. He is the founder and executive producer of Tables of Content, a virtual sci-fi convention.
James J. Butcher is an urban fantasy writer and author of Dead Man's Hand, the first book in the Unorthodox Chronicles. He's the son of Jim Butcher, author of The Dresden Files, Codex, Illyria, and Cinder Spires.
Jessica Cage is an international award-winning and USA Today best-selling author from Chicago, Illinois. She is an independent publisher who focuses on writing strong characters of color in fantasy. Jessica recently signed with Webtoon to produce exclusive content for their new reading app, Yonder.
Stage director, public speaker, and singer Kristen Z. Carnes is a senior staffer at fortheonering.net. Often seen at events as a panelist for The Lord of the Rings, a performer, or interviewing cast members, Carnes brings knowledge of literature, music, theater, and fantasy to all her interactions with fans and celebs.
Rita D. Levine is your 2019 Duchess of Funk of the What the Funk All... I don't know how to pronounce it as an acronym. BIPOC Burlesque Festival, voted Savannah's best burlesque performer in 2020, 2021, 2022, and MX Ohio Burlesque 2022.
Delilah S. Dawson is the New York Times best-selling author of Star Wars Phasma and Galaxy's Edge Blackspire, The Violence, the Minecraft Mob Squad series, the hit series, the Blood series, the Shadow series written by Lila Bowen, and The Tales of Pell, written by Kevin Hearn.
Kevin R. Grazier, Ph.D., is a planetary physicist who was on the Cassini mission to Saturn team. He has served as a science advisor for several television series and feature films and is the co-author of the Hollyweird science series of books.
Jen L. Gray is a USA Today best-selling author of urban fantasy and paranormal romance. In her stories, you'll find angsty, fated mate stories with tons of action.
Clay Griffith, with wife Susan, is the co-author of the Vampire Empire series, the Crown and Key trilogy, and Flash, The Haunting of Barry Allen, and Arrow, A Generation of Vipers. He is a comic book writer for characters such as The Tick and Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
Chris Hamer, a.k.a. Urine Bebop, is a Georgia-based... What's that?
Urban Pop.
There we go. A.k.a. Urban Pop is a Georgia-based artist who paints, draws comics, and envisions the world in a very different way. Thank you.
Artist guest of honor Greg Hildebrandt is known for his iconic illustrations, including the original Star Wars movie poster. He has created pieces for comic books, movie posters, children's books, posters, and novels for properties such as Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Marvel, and DC Comics, to name a few.
Teenie Howard is a comic book writer and swamp witch from the Carolina Wilds. Currently, she writes in the Euthanauts. Thank you. Euthanauts Assassinistas with Gilbert Hernandez and Hack/Resurrection, with occasional stories for two of her favorite things, Rick and Morty and WWE. Previous work includes Power Rangers Pink and The Skeptics.
Dr. Christian Hubicki is a robotics professor and castaway on CBS Survivor David vs. Goliath. Hubicki's research in controlling walking robots has been honored internationally and featured in media outlets.
Dan Jolly has written professionally for 30 plus years in comic books, video games, children's books, and novels. He's most well known for co-creating the Jason Roush incarnation of DC Comics' character Firestorm, co-writing the narrative for the game Dying Light, and scripting the Eisner-nominated graphic novel JSA The Liberty Files.
Charles Kelso and Veronica Dashiell are the husband and wife puppetry team of Felt Nerdy. They have been performing together for over 10 years at conventions across the Southeast.
Sue Christenweather has been podcasting about sci-fi TV and movies since 2010. Currently, she co-hosts Women at Warp, exploring Star Trek through a feminist lens.
Sherilyn Lambert is a professional costume, prop, and puppet builder whose work includes films The Muppet Christmas Carol, The Patriot, The Hunger Games, TV shows Dinosaurs, Homeland, Legacies, and live interactive properties such as Star Trek The Experience and Avenue Q. She also currently holds the Guinness World Record for the largest collection of finger puppets.
Mark Meir is known worldwide for his work on BioWare's Mass Effect trilogy, voicing Commander Shepard, Dvorsha, and more. Other voice credits include the Baldur's Gate and Dragon Age series, Hitlander Studios' The Long Dark, Chaos Forge's Jupiter Hell, and Starro the Conqueror in WB Games' Gotham Knights.
New York Times bestselling author and Dragon Award winner John Jackson Miller has written novels and comics in many universes. Star Trek novels include Strange New Worlds, The High Country. Star Wars works include Kenobi and The Knights of the Old Republic, plus titles for Battlestar Galactica, Halo, and Mass Effect.
Hugo and Nebula Award-winning author Larry Nevin is a legend in the field of science fiction. Among his many stories and novels are Ringworld and The Magic Goes Away. He co-authored such bestsellers as The Moat in God's Eye, Lucifer's Hammer, Footfall, and the Bowl of Heaven novels.
Bob Novola is a co-founder of the New England Skeptical Society. He co-hosts the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe podcast and is co-author of its 2 books.
Sean Michael Patton is a costume design veteran and principal for SMP Designs and has designed more than 40 stage productions, 8 short films, 5 features, and numerous media projects.
Alan J. Porter is a writer and podcaster. He has over 30 fiction and nonfiction book publishing credits and hundreds of magazine articles on multiple subjects.
Literary guest of honor Chelsea Quinn Yarborough has sold over 97 books and 83 shorter works in many genres in her 57-year-long career. She's best known for her Saint Germain series of historical horror stories. She writes in a number of genres and under 5 different pseudonyms.
Jim Zub is a writer, artist, and art instructor who has worked for a wide array of publishing, movie, and video game clients, including Marvel, DC Comics, Disney, Capcom, Hasbro, Cartoon Network, and Bandai Namco. He juggles his time between being a freelance comic writer and a professor teaching drawing and storytelling courses in Seneca College's award-winning animation program. Faber, you're getting a little bit nutty over there with the drink button.
Apologies to everyone's livers.
Well, yeah, I decided to take it easy on everybody. So that is not a complete list of ones that have been announced in the last 4 weeks. So check out dragoncon.org to see everybody who's listed. Those are the ones I either picked at random or people I was really happy to see, and some friends of the station as well. So we're really happy that all of those can join us there at Dragon Con. Yeah, thanks, guys. We appreciate it. And I'm going to let you catch your breaths. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be right back and talk to Sven. So this is the break. I don't really have any program. Jerry, I just went through 3 bottles of scotch.
This is the part where you guys will have tons of fun breaks and everything.
Yeah.
This is pretty awesome.
Scotch.
You guys are just drinking.
All right. So
you guys did good. You guys did really good.
We try. Oh,
Well,
how
okay,
long
wait.
do we have?
Channing, does it bother you if I interject to correct a
No.
pronunciation? Okay.
No, by all means. I do not have an ego. Feel free, especially if I butcher something.
Absolutely. No, great.
It's just you never know when like a huge fan is out there and they're like, "You pronounced the name wrong."
Right. I don't want to get on any nerd hit list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run and let this dog out real quick. The joys of being a pet owner.
We don't need to know what you're doing in the bathroom, okay?
So that's what he calls it in his house. Okay.
All right. When he comes back, we'll talk to Sven.
Okay.
Well, you still have to entertain the folks on the internet.
Yeah, there are people watching now. Yeah, this is not being put out there. So,
well, we appreciate everybody who's watching, listening to us. Yeah, we're just catching our breath, and I think we're ready to go, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whenever you guys are.
I think so.
Yeah, yep. let's do it. I'm really
let's
anxious
do it.
I'm really anxious to talk to Sven, so let's do it. And we're back. And yes, as I mentioned before at the top of the show, one hotel we didn't get to in our host hotel tour was the Drunken Dragon Hotel. And here to talk all about that is our good friend Sven. Hey, Sven, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Good with the props. Sven, tell us, I'm curious, before we get to talking about the Drunken Dragon Hotel, what is your sort of history with Dragon Con? What was your first time at Dragon Con?
Dragon Con, maybe 8 years ago, maybe 10 years now. Yeah, I was living here since 15 years in America. I moved here from Germany, and my brother-in-law introduced me to it, and he's like, "Oh, you should come." And I was like, checked it out. I was like, "That's my thing." But no one told me about that beforehand. And since then, I never missed it for anything. So yeah, I really like it.
What specifically is your jam at Dragon Con? What do you like to do?
That only people come there with, they all have the same thing in mind, having a good time, and everybody is nice, and watching costumes. If you're like being beaten up from a crazy night, just sit there and look at costumes, and you can take photos of people if you ask nicely, and it's just like everything's so nice and perfect. It's like incredible.
Do you take part in the cosplay yourself?
Oh yeah. The first year I played They Live, I made like the masks where he looked like from John Carpenter movie They Live, and they fell apart halfway through Dragon Con, but that's all right. It was my first Dragon Con, and then I had like a golden stormtrooper costume made in shiny gold. That was something. I wore that for like a few years. Sometimes I wear it with my buddy together. He has like a shiny silver one, and he's like a DJ at Dragon Con, and we look like Draft Punk together.
Oh, that's you. I think I might have seen that.
Yeah, very very shiny gold stormtrooper.
Yeah, I think I might have seen that. Sometimes you don't know if you really see what you see at Dragon Con, because you don't know unless you take a picture of it. It might not have happened really.
Right. And you need a handler who brings you around, and like you don't hear anything and see anything, and you smile under the mask even though you don't have to, because people take photos with you. No one sees you. But that's like a lot of cosplayers do that, I guess, or it's just me. I don't know.
So when did you start like sort of saying, "Hey, I let's see if we can put some merchandise out there and start the Drunken Dragon Hotel"?
I started with the drinking game. First, I think I made a Hawaiian shirt for myself, and I posted it accidentally.
And then we all wanted one.
I made a Hawaiian shirt. Look at that, what I'm wearing for Dragon Con, because I wanted to have something more lighter than a stormtrooper. It can be very. And then like 300 people wrote me they want a Hawaiian shirt too, and it's just like it became a thing now over. I don't know how many years I'm doing that. Jen, you know how long I'm doing that? I don't know.
I want to say like four, possibly 5, because
possibly 5, maybe with the first shirt.
I got the first Hawaiian shirt, and I think the next year is when you did the 80s type one, and this is the second version of the Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, the first one's the red one. I got that one I have the first one from my husband, and then I got the second one.
Yeah, I think I have the green one as well, the one that you're sporting, Jen. And I will say There's not a day that I wear that it goes by that somebody doesn't stop me and go, "Where did you get that?"
Right?
Like, I mean, it is a very coveted item. And there's a lot of Marriott Carpet merchandise out there.
Yeah.
But man, those shirts, those are something special.
Well, I'd say a majority of the things he's put out, they're so different than the other Marriott Carpet or Dragon Con specific fandom items that people create.
Yeah.
I always imagine that you're just like every day, just like writing out a list. Okay, what's the next cult? I can make something up. All right, how do I take this moment that happened at 3 a.m. and turn it into something?
Oh yeah, wait until you see the first annual Hilton flooding anniversary point.
Oh dear. Oh dear. It's going to be a life vest.
If you see like a Titanic half underwater with a Hilton hotel on top of it, that point is going to be really, really cool.
All right, you should turn that into a tiki mug.
Yeah. Right?
Well, you I think about a month or so ago, or a couple months ago, you teased on your Instagram a Dragon Con tiki mug looking thing, and I was like, oh, that has to happen.
Yeah. I might
How
have
come
to
that that hasn't happened yet?
I don't know. It sounds like a lot of people ordering things, but like I ordered like 100 swivel sticks and only sold like maybe 30.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's like sometimes you don't get the quantity. So that's why the Hawaiian shirt printing, I always have to do it 2 minutes in advance. So I know with all those sizes and different colors, who wants that? I never can pre-order that. I will like have them laying around. So, and with the tiki mug, if I had like, I don't even know how many you need for that. But I wish
something like that. You go to somebody like Tiki Farm.
Yeah.
And because they do, and Mun Tiki as well. You get with them and they'll do limited runs, like to make it really special. You do only 100 and they're numbered.
Right.
And then Tiki Farm produces them for you.
Yeah.
And they help sell them. So they take the burden of being stuck, you know, with a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And they can, if you don't want to design it them yourself, they can help design it. And they have the machinery to make the high quality tiki mugs. So
okay, cool.
I don't know if you can tell, but I have a few of them behind me.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Just a couple. And I'm I don't think this is a big spoiler or whatever, but I'm working on having a Tiki Zombie mug as well. So
sweet.
So I'm looking into that process as well. So yeah, we can talk, Sven. About that. So
yeah, I see Derek's mug right there in between the blue and pink one behind you.
I have a number of Derek's mugs.
Yeah, so do I. Anytime Derek's released a mug, I'm like, I'm buying that one.
He recently
I just checked them out the first time. I never actually knew anything about them, and they look great.
Yeah.
They're fun. They're fun to collect, but it can get a little out of hand. So
yeah,
I'm running
as
out of
any
room.
collector can get.
Wait, why do you think I'm actually building a tiki bar in a full room in my house? It's because of my collection.
It's true. It's true.
Jen, if you need a wallpaper, let me know. I'm going to design one.
At least two. I have to. I was sort of curious, and I don't know how much you could talk about this, but do you bump heads with anybody at Dragon Con officially? With what you do? Yeah.
Yeah. Since,
oh yeah.
Just real casual with it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, but we get along very well.
That's
I mean, it's not at least with the carpet stuff, it's not really Dragon Con you got to worry about there. It's
no. But in the beginning, me and Dragon Con maybe they advised me to not use their name so much without permission.
Yeah.
But then after that, I fixed that, and now we work together. And I made I think the 3rd year in a row for them stuff. So we have every year like a little collaboration. I make license plates in the beginning and some keychains, and there were like some other things. Last year I made a very cool hand fan where I had like a dragon. When you like opening the fan, it will be like a dragon.
I got
one.
one.
Yeah, that was sold out quick.
Yeah.
And and you see like the Dragon Con logo in the bottom. So it's nice to work with them together. They're like a very nice.
Oh, that's cool.
It's family and very cool.
Yeah,
I like their
very
support.
good. I'm glad. I mean, and it does seem like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I know that Dragon Con likes to protect what's theirs, but I think they're, you know, I see a lot of things. I think they're willing to work with a lot of the artists and stuff. When I go to Artist Alley, there's the Dragon Con logo does appear on certain things. Yeah. Some friends of mine did a shirt for them last year, which was gorgeous. So I think they are willing to do some more merchandising.
Well, yeah, look at the different, the limited edition items they did with, what was it, 5 different artists last year?
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that they had available in the vendor hall, like the fabric.
Yeah,
cool.
No, I think they do that great, and I feel like very honored to work with them, and they're fun to work with. Yeah.
You got do any teasers for this year?
We will have the vending machine. I will have with Dragon Con. I will have the hand fan for sure. Again, a different version. We're still working on. We don't have anything solid yet. What I work with Dragon Con official, but I will have that drinking game. What I made, that was basically my first real product, and I still have like 100 of those here. It was a financial disaster to make like a high glossy golden card game. Still have some, but I will make an extension pack since.
Nice.
Okay. See, so people
I have the original, so I will definitely buy an expansion pack.
So
I'm curious.
Everything will be Dungeons and Dragon and Star Wars and Tiki themed this year. So a lot of Dungeons and Dragons because that is coming out, and a lot of my friends were bugging me about it. We'll have that coming for us. We will have instead just a vending machine. That was a big hit, and it was very slow and very inconvenient for a lot of people. And I had a meltdown on a Saturday, so I couldn't work, so the machine was closed. So we have the vending machine and a tent, and we will have like I think 3, 4, or 5 people working there nonstop. And I will stop by there too. So that's the new thing.
I was going to ask you about the vending machine because that was a really innovative thing that you did last year. It was right outside the vendor hall, or one of the floors anyway. And like I said, every time I went by there, it was packed. Even when you weren't there, I think people were just curious and looking at like what was in there. So it was very cool. And I'm glad to see that's going to be back. And I'm glad to see that you're going to have more. Well, you keep saying like, we do this, we do that. Is it more than just you?
No, it's just me.
The other people are AI. They're chatbots.
Maybe he just likes to talk about himself in the plural.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. When you're doing so much, sometimes it feels like you're more than one person.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make a business out of it. That's why I have this year. Last year, I thought like, oh, we're going to put a vending machine there. Oh, cool. Then we just come by at night, fill it up again, and then we can lay at the pool and slurp a Mai Tai. But no, the machine was breaking down every 3 minutes, or someone throws $1 in and the whole row empties and everything falls down and they get like $1,000 worth of products.
Oh my gosh.
So it was just a disaster the whole time. Someone had to stand right next to it and open the door all the time and fix things. And Murphy, hey. And that was a lot, and I had a little, So this year I need helpers, and but it's my hobby. I'm trying to keep it as my hobby, and I try to have fun with it. Last year it was not so much fun, so this year I'm trying to have more fun again, and so for working I do like movie props a lot, and there you have to do like things what they request. It's still fun. I like it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you see like Samuel Jackson holding something in the camera what you just made like 2 weeks before, and then you see it on the movie like, I made that. But this Drunken Dragon Hotel, I can just do whatever I want, and usually people like it, and that's very rewarding. And people to see people walking around with the Hawaiian shirts at Dragon Con, that's very rewarding to see. Like, oh, look at that! Oh, cool! There, and here's that lanyard from me, and she has a shirt, and they do whatever.
It's great when you have your meetup at Trader Vic's on Thursday, where everyone descends all wearing the different.
Yeah, that it feels people united, and people come together on Thursdays. And I met so many people. I met so many people through that. And then you wear a shirt, you sit at breakfast alone, and then someone else sits right next to you or comes to you and sits with a shirt. Yeah. So.
Look at that! You're getting a lot of love from the comments.
Benjamin and Meeks, they are right now in Vietnam. They're writing from Vietnam.
Oh wow! We're going worldwide.
Yeah.
When you look for inspiration, because this is Dragon Con's the only con that you kind of do this for, right? There's a lot of other cons out there, but this is the one that. What is it about Dragon Con that really inspires you to do this? Because it does seem like, yeah, I mean, this isn't your like primary business or anything like that. You're doing this because you love Dragon Con, right?
Right.
I mean, it shows in every product that you put out there.
Yeah, it's just, I asked a lot of people what other convention could I go to, because Dragon Con is once a year, and then, yeah, you know, where could, like, is there like a winter Dragon Con somewhere else? But everyone like, there's nothing else like Dragon Con.
No,
sorry.
it's not.
It's like, I went to Star Wars Celebration with my buddy, and we had a very good time, you know, the guy with a silver stormtrooper. So I flew with
Drew.
him.
Is that Drew?
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah,
exactly.
Drew. Yeah.
So I flew with him to Star Wars Celebration, and it was not the same. Star Wars Celebration was good for what it is, but it's just not Dragon Con.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the flight back, a funny story. On the flight back, we were allowed to go to the front and sit with the pilot on a co-pilot and a pilot seat. Not during the flight, but when we were landing. We landed, and you see us both with our helmets on, sitting in a Delta airplane. And so I hope that guy didn't get fired for it. But that's cool.
You got the picture. That's what matters.
Selfie time. All right, thanks. Yeah, because I mean, I get it, because, you know, there's no other, I've been to a lot of other different kind of conventions, but there's no other convention that I would do a show every month for 11, 12 years. And this will be my 30th one in a row that I'm going to this year. So,
oh, wow.
So yeah, I love this show as well. So yeah, we've got a suggestion here. What do you think? Can you get a ATL United color theme tiki shirt?
I like that. Yeah. Murphy,
that would be popular. There's a big group of fans that gets together every year just to watch the parade. Some ATL United fans.
Yeah.
Isn't there usually is there a game during con? I seem to remember people having a meetup at one of the bars to watch the game. Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Murphy, who just wrote, he has like a gauntlet in colored, in Atlanta United colored, and he went to the game during Dragon Con, I think, with the gauntlet. And I let him in. He snapped a finger, and then it was the stadium half empty.
I got it. I see what you did there. Oh man, I forgot what I was going to say now. As far as suggestions, are you pretty open to suggestions? Do you get them a lot?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. Someone said, Sven, you should print do not bring drinks to the Hilton sign on top of a flask, you know. Then and so that was very funny. So whenever people like write something, it's like usually it will be made into something, into a product.
When do now the store is it always open? Is there new products that do they debut at certain times of year, certain months?
Yeah, I have somewhere a calendar. It's like usually 2 months before Dragon Con I open the store, or 3 months before. So soon it will be. I think in a month will be reopened. When I have most of the products in stock, so I can start shipping things. But usually I close it down for a few months.
Sure.
To calibrate and redesign everything and have a fresh start and people getting excited again, and it slows also down like after Christmas and take a little break from it.
Oh, absolutely.
Your Christmas this year, you debuted some great stuff.
Yeah, Christmas is like a big thing now too. Christmas ornaments and Christmas hoodies. Come on, what is going on here?
Hey, you got your con going friend. You're trying to figure out what to buy for him for Christmas, and then you put up the carpet action figure. I was like, oh, that's perfect. My best friend will love that. But then I have to get myself one too. Yeah,
the carpet action figure.
Yeah, it was great.
It's so good.
So we have that is used carpet, and it says used carpet here. And so I got the hand on brand new stock from carpet, never being touched, like a virgin carpet. And so this year will be a version coming out as virgin carpet with like a halo, and when you open it, you hear like angels singing. It's like never touched. Won't be cheap though.
Virgins never are.
And then I made a googly eye one for emergency, so you can like crack it open and you have googly eyes on hand, as many as you need. I think there's like 1,000 or like 500 in there or something.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have that, and we have Con John the action figure. So it's Con John as a stand-up, and then we have Con John gone. It's empty. There is nothing in it because he's gone.
Yeah, that one really reminds me of the Star Wars figure that some fan made a few years ago, where it was like Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, where it was the empty box with just a little bit of ash.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just curious, outside of the shirts, what would you say is your biggest seller, your most popular item outside of the shirts?
I would say pins. Yeah, like would you like enamel pins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are definitely the biggest seller. What else do I have? Yeah, the hand fans were at Dragon Con, of course, a big seller because it's so hot. No one wanted to buy them before, but then when you're there, you're like, oh my god, I need it. So the hand fans, coins, really good. Yeah, Christmas ornaments, of course, during Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dresses. I was like, oh yeah, Hawaiian shirt. A lady kind of wear a Hawaiian shirt, but like a lot of them wanted also dresses or both. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted my skater dress and I wanted a shirt. Yeah.
And everybody like, Sven, we need pockets.
Yep.
Stop taking me.
Most requested feature, pockets.
Obviously.
So,
yeah, I think I like my Aloha shirts to have like pockets there, so I appreciate a good pocket.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So at the con itself, you got the merchandise and everything like that. You've got the Tiki event that you do on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
At Trader Vic's. How do you usually spend the rest of your con? What do you look forward to doing at the con? I understand last year you were on your first panel, is that right?
Yes, I had my first panel, and I got high anxiety, but I just went there, did it, and you know what? Now, like having a podcast call with you or whatever, I feel like it fell all down, and now I'm, I think I'm healed from my scareness. Because everybody is so nice, you cannot do anything wrong, I mean, you could theoretically, but it's like.
I tell you what, the Dragon Con crowds, if you're going to make your debut on a panel, you could do a lot worse because they're pretty forgiving and friendly, for the most part.
Right. Yeah,
So,
no. Yeah, panels. I like to hang out at the Marriott pool with my friends. I like to go to see my friends at the car bar, but it's a secret party. What can I talk about? It's not like the Fight Club, It's, you know it or you don't. But I like to hang out there. There's a lot of my friends. My friend Drew, DJ Sims, he's DJing at like several events at the Bunny Hutch, at several events, and usually I hang out with him because I share a room with him every year, or with them, with his wife and with my wife. So we're doing
you're probably
that.
on the same sleep schedules as the DJ then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't
survive. When I
survive.
had to wake up every morning for
Oh, yeah.
America Smart, but that was terrible.
So it's, I mean, true. It's a very social event. Do you like? Are you interested in going to panels, fan panels, Walk of Fame, that kind of area? The parade. Have you ever done the parade?
I watched the parade. I want to be in the parade, and I have a very fantastic idea. It is carpet related, but I feel like I applied like 2 times for it, and it didn't go through. But I have a very funny idea, and everybody I think will like it. I have to try it again. As soon as we hang up here later, I will try to get a slot for that, and I will try to go sleeping early so I can be there in a parade.
So have you tried to get in the parade as your own entity or as joining the Marriott Carpet group?
Oh, you can go as your own entity?
Well, no, some people have.
Okay.
Like the Marriott.
No, I would like to join the carpet group.
Oh, yeah, okay, because the Marriott Carpet group, they obviously applied for a spot.
Yeah,
and they're huge.
Yeah.
But I've seen plenty of carpet related cosplays be a part of the other groups too.
Yeah.
I've seen them as part of Star Wars, as part of the over 40 group, because there's the already 40 group. So you could also just, if you can't get in the way you want to, see if any of the other groups fit the idea you have.
Yeah.
Over
40, definitely no.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, when I first started going to Dragon Con, I had no idea that carpet would become as big as it is. I mean, I think it's the biggest cult at Dragon Con, and it's more Dragon Con than it is Marriott, really. Related,
at this point, yes.
And the Marriott carpet now will just look so plain in comparison. But it's a pattern that I would imagine, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't want you to give up any secrets or anything, but I would imagine it's hard to get. Like, or is somebody actually printing that up still?
What do you
like the actual
the original
carpet itself?
Carpet, the physical item,
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I know a friend who has the original carpet as a virgin, like brand new. And then there's like eBay and Etsy. It's getting less and less for sure. To get that Marriott carpet, that original, real deal. Yeah, you can still find it. About some like a little slice like that. I think that was like $50.
Yeah, we have a piece like that, and we have a 8-foot runner.
Yeah.
Carpet.
At all cons.
Which was not.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be.
Square.
I mean, it used to be that you could always tell which cosplay photos were taken at Dragon Con because they would be standing. Yeah, because they would be standing on that carpet. So, I mean, the carpet became a thing even before it was a thing.
Yeah,
right.
So, I think the first time I ever saw anybody really use it for cosplay, though, was the infamous army guys that were camouflaged in it.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Vulcan,
love those guys.
Vulcan props.
Yeah, respect to them. That was fantastic. Good idea.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if I saw them do that, and I don't know. I think I have a picture, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I have so many pictures, but yeah. So it was shortly after that it was discontinued, and then it just became a huge cult.
Well, and then there was a cease and desist, and that made it even more famous,
right?
Because we all decided to be rebellious. And we were given access to the high-res image of it to print our own fabric and sew things. And
I think it was 2014 the last time they tried to sue someone over it. I don't know.
Oh, really? Now, is it the Marriott that's trying to sue at Dragon Con? Or
it's the carpet
owner.
Carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say it's like their pattern or their design, something like that.
Yeah, it's not the carpet company. It is the actual designer.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
which when it came out, I was like, I would never think that's something you copyright and try to enforce.
You should be happy and be like that. People like love it and worship it. It's like that.
I know you could become a famous artist if you let people know, hey, that's my work, and you endorse it. Like, who else is famous for carpets?
He would be a revered figure in the cult of the carpet.
Yeah,
I know who's famous for FedEx.
Hey, and
There'd be a
he embraced it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah,
I think he's a good sport about it.
Yeah.
he's gonna be the grand marshal in the parade one year. Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he needs to sit in that convertible top. Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot keep track of all the cults that now are going on with Dragon Con. I know of course, the FedEx guy. I know of Trashy. Of course, the carpet.
36 eggs.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have direct knowledge of that one. I've heard it, but I don't know exactly what it's referring to.
It's referring to Tony having to bring a bunch of boiled eggs to the artist green room. Guest green room.
36 dozen.
Yeah, 36 dozen.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah.
That sounds like hazing.
There's also a cult of the Dragon Con cult group now.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Now they're folding in on themselves.
Yeah.
Cults within cults.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
There's also the what is it? Nah, I'm drawing a blank. I'm not gonna sit there and have a silent brain fart.
The flooding of the Hilton cult.
Oh yeah, there's the flooding cult.
Oh yeah.
That's
That one will be big next year.
Yeah. Oh, and no alcohol beyond this point. So.
Rum bucket is a good one too. Yep.
Yeah.
Rum bucket.
Yeah. So, if there was, is there anything that you've imagined that you would like to produce, but you just, it's a dream thing to produce? At this point, you just can't do it yet, but someday?
I'm very sure it's a dream of me, but I'm very sure this will happening this year.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to spoil it here. There will be, I'm not saying where and what, but there will be a Drunken Dragon burger you can buy at Dragon Con in one of the hotels, most likely.
Well, if I was going to guess, I'd guess the Hyatt because they like to do a fancy burger every year. But...
Yeah. You don't know. So
what can you say what would be on the burger? Like what makes it a Drunken Dragon burger, or is that a secret at this point?
I don't know. We have to think about it. I have to talk with the chef about it. But
it's got that secret Dragon Hotel sauce.
Yeah, because I like those McDonald's boxes where you can open up, and those in like a tiki carpet pattern or something cool. I don't know. So if you had like a burger theme, or maybe the Trader Vic's has on Thursday night a Drunken Dragon cocktail.
Hey, that would be nice.
That would be cool.
With glitter in it.
Served in a tiki glass.
Served in a Drunken Dragon tiki mug.
Yeah, well,
there we go.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to mix tiki mugs with that many drunk people. I at least Thursday and Friday partook of mini Mai Tais on the Trader Vic's patio last year, and when I've had a little bit too much to drink, I talk with my hands. So my hands start doing this, and then at some point I will be excited and do this, and I just throw my drink down, and it split. Not on purpose. It just flies out of my hand, and I would be horrified if I had an actual tiki mug in my hand and that happened.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. But then you
get a little Velcro
strap.
Oh yeah. So it just swings right back around and splashes all over me.
Little bungee cord, yeah. Little bungee action. That's awesome. Well, very cool. Well, it's been amazing to have you join us. You're doing such great stuff. It's really great to talk to you about it because I've always wondered how this started. Why a Drunken Dragon Hotel? Was that like, what was behind that? The idea of just having a hotel like that?
I don't know. I thought like, how are you going to theme it, and how you going to call it? And I was like, a lot of people drink during Dragon Con, and there's host hotels. I was trying to find main topics, what fits to it, to describe, not to say Dragon Con. So a Drunken Dragon Hotel. There's a Drunken Dragon karate movie.
Yeah.
The Drunken Dragon.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
So from that, with all of that together, it came up like that. But also I'm not trying to post too much about alcohol because I'm not trying to have like a lot of people don't drink, and I'm trying to push it too hard. But like sometimes, I have a drinking game, but like I'm not. It's not the main topic, the drinking part. It's just called like that. I have a lot of non-alcoholic friends who buy my stuff, even though it says drinking.
Well,
So-
another thing that I have to commend you for too is that when I've ever purchased something from you, you not only get the item, but you put in a lot of extras, a lot of love, and surprises, and that's always fun. And that's you just go that extra mile. So thank you for that.
The little tiny sewing kit in the Dutch butter cookie tin last year. Oh, it was so cool.
Thank you.
Okay, that's brilliant. Yes.
It was like quarter size, but it was an exact replica of that cookie tin. And it had a little sewing kit in it.
Yeah. The year before, we had like a whole booklet with an envelope and postcards and So let's see what we do this year. I'm like, it's like a playground. It's just having fun and
Are these things that are all these items things that you personally craft individually?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Some things I designing I do myself, or like with the dragons, I have like a designer who can draw very good things. So I send it to him what I want, and I make a sketch. It's like terrible how the sketch looks like, but he makes it very pretty. And but everything is hand drawn, and I have like maps of Dragon Con hand drawn by a guy who draws maps from 1400, and then they look like downtown Atlanta with a Marriott and a dragon around it, and so it's like all like cool handmade stuff from artists who work for me or with me, but most of it is for myself.
Wow, that's it. It's so impressive. Everything that you're doing. So, when can folks look forward to seeing new items in the store this year?
I would say follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, Drunken Dragon Hotel, and then it will be probably opening up in 2 months, less than 2 months, in 5, 6, 7 weeks.
Awesome.
And then you need to be, you don't need to be very early on, but if you're early on, I have like limited edition Legos that I print. They're like tedious to print, and then I pack them up, and they're going to be. This year we're going to have like a vending machine. We have, I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, we have a tiki Lego figure with a tiki mask.
Oh, nice.
50 of those.
But plus, on his on your site, you often show behind the scenes videos of you printing up the items and stuff.
Yeah.
I always thought that's really cool.
Yeah. With my super cool printers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Mapped framed. That's very cool. Well, and for me, the perfect mix mashup of Dragon Con and Tiki. I mean, that's just me all over. So you speak my language. So
a lot of people. I didn't know there was so much Tiki people.
Oh yeah. Right. They also, Atlanta has a very large Tiki convention in January. So
they do.
Yeah.
I was there
went there
just
one time
a couple months
for
ago.
like a visit.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It was a lot of fun last year, or this past year, because I went to the one a couple months ago, and it's and it's the Tiki community here is pretty good. We've got a number of Tiki bars in the Atlanta area, so that's pretty solid. And of course, center of it all is Trader Vic's here. So
Yeah.
As long as that's still open, and people, I encourage people, anybody who goes to Dragon Con, to try to go to Trader Vic's if you have not ever done it before. Certainly on the off hours of Dragon Con, I would definitely recommend checking out Trader Vic's.
There's no off hours. They don't open till 5:30.
No, but I mean, if you like outside of Dragon Con, other times of the year,
because the off days of Dragon Con,
it's a lot quieter, and it's a different experience sometimes.
But
Tuesday is they have live music every Tuesday. They have live music, and my highest cost $6.
Oh wow!
That used to be Thursdays. Now it's Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they recently came under new management or something, because I think they changed the menu a little bit and brought back some things too. So I haven't checked it out this year yet, so I'm eager to go back there. But we just, like last year, the Trader Vic's that was in London closed because the Hilton there just decided that it wasn't worth it. So you just never know when these things could happen. So I definitely encourage people to check out, because I think it's the oldest Trader Vic's that's around now. I think it's the oldest one. So
I'm not sure how old the one in California is.
Yeah, there was. I mean,
Emeryville.
obviously the original is gone.
Yeah, there's the Emeryville location.
Right.
And the Santa Rosa location's only been open about 2 years. So
yeah. They used to be all over the place. Used to be in Chicago.
Hey, we used to have one in Houston. Used to have one in Dallas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All my Hawaiian shirts, what I buy, sometimes I like just order the wrong size for people, and then it's very frustrating for them because I get. But anyways, long story short, all the shirts I have left over, I donate to the two guys or to the whole staff of Trader Vic's. So when you go like on the random Tuesday now, you see them dancing around there behind the bar with our tiki shirts.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Very cool. Giving back to the big community. So
thanks for putting up with us, Gift.
Well, awesome. It's really great to have you on the show and find out about all that stuff. And look, wow, tiki drinks rule. That's for Monk's Meadery.
Monk's Meadery. Hey, your Dragon Con cider rules.
Yeah, there we go.
It's true. That seems like a mashup that might be able to happen, right? At some point, like mead in a tiki mug, maybe. I don't know, maybe.
Or mead and Drunken Dragon.
Yeah, I would love to design their can next year.
Yeah. There you go. So anyway, I think thanks again. I think it's time to draw a close to this episode of the 2023 Dragon Con Report. Thanks so much for everybody out there watching, listening, interacting with us. We got a lot of great comments, a lot of fun folks showed up. We really appreciate it. Sven, thank you so much again. Where can people find the Drunken Dragon Hotel stuff online? Yeah,
the best is to follow on Facebook or Instagram to like get updates when we reopen. We only open for like a short time, and you have to order them 2 months or 2 months before Dragon Con, because the time for most of the things to be produced and tailored. Each shirt is tailored for each person, and but if you don't want that, we have also like hundreds of other things now. It's got really big. DrunkenDragonHotel.com.
All right. We'll have a link in our show notes for the people so they can just click on that. Big shout out to our station crew, of course. Channing, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Where can people go find you online?
I'm on the Twitter and the Instagram at Channing Sherman, so just first name and last name. And look for my group on Facebook. We're just called the Black Geeks of Dragon Con, unofficial group promoting diversity at the con. Just one little slice of it.
Awesome. And thank you, Jen.
Always a pleasure. I guess you could say I'm the one who promotes partying at Dragon Con, as you can find me over in the Dragon Parties, Meetups, and More group on Facebook, and also the Blurred Nerds podcast right here on the ESO network.
Absolutely. And thank you, Director Faber, for working your magic behind the scenes. Really appreciate you. We try to cover all we can with these episodes, but to keep up with the latest news, please check the official Dragon Con website, all their social media outlets. They're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. A lot of time the announcements are there first before we get a hold of them, but we try to summarize all we can. All the fan tracks are also available. They're active on Facebook and various social media, so be sure to check them out as well. We are a proud member of the ESO network. We have a cool TeePublic store filled with all kinds of stuff. Very cool design for the Dragon Con Report podcast. Check that out. There's a link for that in this episode's show notes, or you can just go to the ESO Network page, esonetwork.com, and go to the top and click the link. It'll take you right there. There's also a link for that for our patron page. So thank you, patrons, for our support. We really, really do appreciate you guys.
Real quick, Gordon.
Absolutely.
Also, just want to say that coming to the ESO T-shirt shop is going to be a new T-shirt in honor of Darren.
Yes, and that is going to charity. It's going to one of Darren's beloved charities, Lost and Found Youth in Atlanta, that really focuses on helping support LGBT youth that, for various reasons, need assistance. Let's put it that way. We're going to have a link to that in our show notes from now on, too. I'm also working on a project as well that will honor him as well, and more on that a little bit later, I think. But he's constantly in our minds, and like we said before, this whole season, this whole show from now on is devoted to him. So whether you're watching or listening to us, please help support our show with a like and a share. Also, subscribe. If you would like to leave direct feedback to us, you can email us at feedback@dragonconreport.com. You can also reach out to us either as part of the Dragon Con Report or individually as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on all that stuff too. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm your host, Mike Gordon. And as always, it's been my pleasure. Take care. Stay safe. We look forward to seeing you all in 2023 at the con.